So one of the things that we're always really keen to help business owner clients to do is not only to build their business so that they get more profit and can live a good lifestyle whilst they're running the business, but actually how do they put the necessary blocks in place to really build the capital value of the business, so that if, as and when the time comes that the owner wants to sell the business, then we've got everything in place so that they've got the maximum potential value come sale time. So there are 8 critical factors that need to be put in place to grow or maximise the value of any business. And I just wanted to look at just one of those factors right now. And that really is your customer score. So how satisfied your customers are is going to be really important to a buyer. And why do I say that? Well, the reason that I say that is because they want to know how, or they want to have an indication of how the business will perform when you're not there. Now, the most respected way to measure customer satisfaction is through Net Promoter Score, or NPS. And really what this is a way of scoring yourself on the likelihood that people will recommend you to their friends and family, and therefore come back again and again as returning customers. So the key question, this is the thing I love about Net Promoter Score, is it's only really based on one question. And that one question is simply this: how likely are you to recommend us to your family or friends? And dependent upon how people score you, and I'll talk you through how this works, but dependent upon how people score you will ultimately determine your NPS. So let me explain what I mean. NPS is an 11-point scoring system. So in response to that question of how likely are you to recommend us to your family or friends, you've got are you 0% likely, or are you 10 out of 10 likely to recommend us? So for those people who would score between 9 and 10, we call these people our promoters. Now, a promoter is someone who is effectively a raving fan of your business. They are really important to your business because they go out and do the selling on your behalf. They're likely to pay more for the product or service that you have to offer, and are very likely to be willing to buy whatever new product or service you next bring out. So promoters are really good for your business, and they score you 9 or 10 out of 10. The next lot of people are people who will score you between 7 or 8 out of 10 in terms of likelihood that they would recommend you to family or friends. And we call them passively satisfying. I think these people are the dangerous people. The reason I say that is because they're the ones they're ambivalent towards your services. They're susceptible to your customers and any approaches or offers that they get from your competitors. And the danger is that they could be here today and gone tomorrow, and they'd never tell you. They would just leave. So I think they're really dangerous people. You might think actually 7 or 8, that's not bad. I think that's potentially quite a dangerous group of people within your customer group. If we then look at those people who will score you anything from 6 to 0 in terms of likelihood of them recommending you, we call those people detractors. Okay, we call them detractors, and here's the thing: you should learn to love these people, because these people are the ones that will identify the problems with your product or service, and they'll happily tell you what those are. And you would do very well to listen to these people, because if, as and when you fix the problem that they've complained about, you have the opportunity to turn those people from detractors straight the way up through to promoters. So they're really, really valuable people to have in your business if you listen to them. So that's kind of how people will score you. So how do you get to your Net Promoter Score? Well, let me run you through a very quick example. Let's just say that you've put that question out to your customer base, and 112 people have responded, so 112 respondents. Now, the way things have worked in this example is that we might have 42 people who have scored you between 9 and 10, they're promoters. 51 people are passively satisfied who have scored you between 7 and 8. And then we've got 19 people who actually are detractors, scoring anything from 6 and below. How do you get to your Net Promoter Score? It's quite simple. All we really need to do is look at the number of promoters divided by the number of respondents. So in this case it's 42 over 112, which is 38%. Okay? And then we look at the number of detractors, 19, again divided by 112. So that 19 divided by 112, and that then gives us 17% of people who are detracting from us. And that really equals our Net Promoter Score, which in this instance is 21%. This is the figure of your customer base who are pure promoters. So once we know what that number is, it is what it is, but the important thing is, how do we drive that number up? The higher the number, and it will differ by industry, but the higher the number that we get on Net Promoter Score, the more satisfied a potential buyer will be that when you leave, those customers will actually come back and buy again. So, I hope that's been helpful. That's Net Promoter Score. That's only one of the 8 critical factors that you need to be looking at if you're looking to maximise the value of your business come sale time. So get in touch and we'll talk through in more detail the other 7. But again, look forward to hearing from you very soon. Take care and all the best.